Right, guys, welcome to today's live stream here. It is the All Blacks up against Ireland in the third test and the series decider between the two sides. We're doing it a little bit different today as I have been having technical difficulties. So it will be a purely commentary live stream today. So I hope you guys will enjoy this. Let's go through the team lineups real quickly just to have a look at how the two teams line up. So for the All Blacks, in the back line today, we've got Geordie Barrett, Will Jordan, Rieko Ioane, David Avili, Sevu Rees, Bowden Barrett, and Aaron Smith in the back line. And if you look at this back line, a very similar one with Will Jordan coming into the number 14 jumper, Sevu Rees moving to the 11 jumper in the place of Lester Fainganuku, who had a really, really bad game last week. So a lot will have been said. And I think Will Jordan is the informed player as well. So a lot will be expected of him today. Then Rieko Ioane and David Avili in the center combination have been touch and go so far. The first test, they were brilliant. And then the second one, they were really poor as well. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that one turns out today. And then Bowden Barrett and Aaron Smith in the halfback combination. Always a very formidable one. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the back line today. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, obviously on the bench today. So it will be interesting to see how he comes out and play today. If you look at the forwards of the All Blacks, you've got Ardie Savea at 8, Sam Cane at 7, Scott Barrett at number 6, Sam Whitelock, Brodie Retallick in the lock combination with Nepo Laulala, Cody Taylor, and George Bauer completing the forward pack. So it's going to be a very interesting one. And we'll see what is going to come from that. So Shark Rain just commented, "Wat gaan aan met your screen, Chom?" So I had a power supply cut out due to load shedding on my PC. So I'm back on the old laptop that I've got. So yeah, it's a bit slow for the screen. So it's better just to do the commentary. Do apologize for that in advance. But as long as the commentary can still be heard, then it's all good. So if we look at the sword pack, then you'll see that Scott Barrett has come in at number 6 today, which is very strange given that he's such a good lock forward. And then still having Ardie Savea and Sam Cane in that loose trio as well. It has shown that they don't play together very well. And it's going to be interesting to see how this one is going to turn out for them as well. Guys like George Bauer has been really consistent for the All Blacks and one of their star players so far in the front. Cody Taylor is always consistent and really good, and then Nepo Laulala comes in as well there. So Brodie Retallick and the likes of Sam Whitelock, world-class combination. So there shouldn't be any problems with that one. If you go and have a look at the bench of this side, always quality all around. Dane Coles, Aiden Ross, Ofa Tuangafasi, Akira Ioane, Dalton Papali'i, Bilal Fakatawa, Richie Mohanga, and then Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. So a very good bench pick for the All Blacks as well today, with the likes of Dalton Papali'i and Akira Ioane will be coming on from that bench. And like I said, a very interesting choice to pick Scott Barrett at number 6 for the All Blacks today. Obviously, the youngster in Bilal Fakatawa, a quality number 9 coming in and looking to replace Aaron Smith after the World Cup. So a lot will be watched from this guy today as well, and then also the likes of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, the rugby league player now coming in to this All Black setup. So here is the Ireland side to take on this All Black side in this test decider. Hugo Keenan at fullback, Mac Hansen at 14, Robbie Henshaw, Bundi Aki, James Lowe, Johnny Sexton, and Jameson Gibson Park. So the only change there is the forced change in a place where Bundi Aki comes in at 12 in the place of the injured Gary Ringrose. And then obviously this is the same side that managed to beat the All Blacks last week in what you could consider a really disappointing outing for the All Blacks. If you look at the forwards from this Ireland side, you've got Kalen Doris, Josh van der Vlier, Peter O'Mahony, James Ryan, Tite Byrne, Tite Furlong, Dan Sheehan, and Andrew Porter. To my knowledge, this is the exact side that, pack of forwards that beat the All Blacks last week. So we should be in for a cracking game between these two sides, given that the referee plays his part today as well. All Blacks obviously nearly down to 12 men last week and still managed to hold on in that game. So if the All Blacks can stay to 15 men, I almost doubt that they will be able to beat the All Blacks today. But let's see. The bench today: Rob Herring, Kane Healy, Finley Beelum, Kieran Treadwell, Jack Conan, Conan Murray, Joey Carberry, and then Keith Oles comes in that number 23 jumper for them today. Just busy with the national anthems, and then we will cross over to the live game. And finally we've got a test decider here in New Zealand. So can the Island make history today and win their first series in New Zealand after winning their first ever test last week in New Zealand as well? I think Brian O'Driscoll mentioned it during the week that a series win in New Zealand will be much bigger than a World Cup semi-final win. I don't know how it came to comparing those two of each other, but obviously for Ireland, this is a massive game. So a lot will be expected from them today to actually go out and win this one. Sharkbrain says, I put my last money -9 on the All Blacks. Can't believe even Kiwis are doubting their own team. So yeah, -9 for the All Blacks today probably seems a little bit too much for me, Sharkbrain. If you consider how the Irish played last week, they should have led by halftime, like I said, by 31 points to 7. They didn't manage to pull it off in that first half, and the All Blacks managed to get back. Second half, they dominated the whole half, and they managed to pull it. So if the All Blacks do pull it off, they're either going to have a massive victory here today, or they're going to win it by, say, 1 to 3 points. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this one is going to turn out. I hope for your sake that they do get it right and they can manage to win by more than 9 points in the end. But it's going to be nip and tuck at the end of the day. Really, it's going to be difficult for them to win by more than 9 points today. But let's see how it goes. Sharkbrand says, well, Ireland has never made it into a World Cup semi, so I can't blame them for being excited. And then reality always says, greeting All Blacks and Springboks, better win for Southern Hemisphere reputation today. So yeah, I don't know what happened last week, but it was a whitewash for the Northern Hemisphere with the All Blacks losing, Australia losing, the Springboks losing, and then also Argentina losing there at the end of the day. So yeah, it was quite big. And then Sharkbrain says New Zealand normally win convincingly, except when they play the box. So you might have a point there, Sharkbrain. I honestly hope that it works out for you. -9 doesn't seem too bad. It's just a try and a penalty, and they should be able to cover that. Let's hope that their discipline holds up today, because last week their discipline was really poor at times, and they were their own worst enemy at times as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one's going to turn out. Shane says Italy also lost. They're probably not part of the North. Well, in fact, they are part of the North if you really look at it that way. And in reality, always wins. They said Sharkbrain 100%. So yeah, it's going to be either a runaway victory here for the All Blacks today, or we will see history be made by Ireland, I think. We do have a poll up on the channel as well. I don't know if I will be able to actually be able to see it. Like I said, I'm having some difficulty with, technical difficulty, that is, of certain things. So I won't be able to see what's going on at the poll, but I do have a poll up there as to who will win the series. You can go out and vote there, whether it's the All Blacks or Ireland today. Just remember that if you pick Ireland, it will be history in the making today. Devin van Heerden says, hi, Guru from Dublin. How's it going, Devin? Hope you're well. And again, thank you guys for all the support today. This is Series Deciders. And if it wasn't for that today, I would have probably left it because of all the issues that I've had during the week. But here we are, and we're going to do this the old-fashioned way today. So the All Blacks are done with the haka, and we're about to get this game underway. Sharkbrain says either New Zealand will win it by 15 plus, or Ireland will scrape the bottom of the barrel. But if New Zealand score first, it's game over for Ireland. So what we've witnessed over the first two games is that Ireland tend to start off with a bang. So I'm expecting very similar as well between the two sides today. Wayne Barnes is the referee for today's game, and that is his 99th Test match, the third time officiating the All Blacks versus Ireland. So I'm not sure what that record is between New Zealand and Ireland when he's been the referee, but Ireland would become just the third team to win a free match Test series in New Zealand, with South Africa winning it in 1937 and Australia winning it in 1986. So it's been a hell of a long time since the All Blacks have lost a series in New Zealand. We are going to get this underway. The last time the All Blacks lost consecutive matches at home was in 1998. So it's going to be really, really tough for this Ireland side today. But let's see how it turns out, guys. We're about to get this game underway, and it will be Ireland kicking off from left to right on my screen. So good luck to all, and may the best team win here, as I will be backing the All Blacks for the win, as they are from the Southern Hemisphere. But good luck to all the Irish supporters out there as well. Here comes the kickoff, and it's going to be Johnny Sexton to get it underway. Gets it up to just about the 22-meter line. James Lowe makes the tackle there inside the 22 of the All Blacks. Aaron Smith is waiting for this ball to come back for the All Blacks. Slowly but steadily for the All Blacks inside the 22, about 10 meters from the right-hand touchline. Goes to the box kick over the top, and not going to find touch, and into the hands of James Lowe again, who takes it. Oh, it's Hugo Keenan up to the 10-meter line. Now Jamison Gibson Park gets it out to Kalen Doris. Kalen Doris sets it up about on the 10-meter line. Now Gibson Park, Johnny Sexton, Buniaki. He gets caught behind the advantage line, run about on the halfway line. Here they come again now. Ryan, well, Kalen Doris into a little half cap up over the 10-meter line. Now Gibson Park, Sexton, Hugo Keenan on a loop around, gets the pass out to Henshaw, gets it out. Now here's a chance for them, but Beauden Barrett has intercepted it and is brought down 10 meters from his own try line. Aaron Smith now waiting for this, gets it out to the forwards. It's Laulala who takes it up for the All Blacks about 10 meters out from their own try line, 10 meters from the right-hand touch line. Now they get it out to David Avili, who puts it on the boot, and he's going to find touch round about 5 meters inside his own 22. But a great little breakout from Kalen Doris, setting up the move for Ireland, and luckily for the All Blacks, a little intercept from Beauden Barrett stopped the momentum there as Robbie Henshaw tried to get the pass out to James Lowe, just intercepted by Beauden Barrett. Right, so it's a good start from Ireland again, and we'll see how it goes. Shark Brain says, here we go, All Blacks in their own half again. And Angelino Francisco says, Guru, we missed you so, you too much. Thank you, Angelino. And then Shark Brain says, Beauden Barrett again. This guy's on fire. So Ireland now about 10 meters out from the try line on the attack here as they work it through Andrew Porter. 10 meters out from the All Black try line. Gibson Park now gets it out to Tite Burn. Tite Burn 10 meters out, about 10 meters from the left-hand side of the field. Josh van der Vlier under pressure, and it looks like the All Blacks have turned this over. Here comes a counter-attack from them inside their own 22. It's Seven Rees now. He's up over the 22, but the referee's going to call him back for a penalty to Ireland, 10 meters out from the try line. So chance now for Ireland, about 10 meters from the left-hand touch line. There's an opportunity here for them. Will they take the 3 points, or will they go for touch here? Big decision to come for Johnny Sexton now. Andrew Lampret says, go All Blacks. So a lot of support here for the All Blacks early. But it's the All Blacks under pressure after just 3 minutes of play in this game. It's still 0-0. And it looks like Ireland is going to kick this to the corner and set up a line out. So a massive moment here for Ireland early on in this game. Sharkbrain says Ireland doesn't kick the ball away. They keep it until they score. So Ireland looking pretty good early on in this game. Sharkbrain says if Ireland don't go for touch, they might as well go home. So 5 meters out from their own try line, up from the All Blacks try line. It's Dan Sheehan now to throw this in. Finds James Ryan. And here comes the driving ball from Ireland now. Will they find the momentum to go forward? They do find it now. And here's trouble. They go over the try line, and it's try time to Ireland. Ireland over for the first try. And it looks like it's Josh van der Vlier who gets the first try of this game. What a start here for the Irish as they go into the lead early on in this game again. So Ireland means business today, and it's going to be up to the All Blacks to try and stop them. Otherwise, history will be made today. So 5-0. It's Ireland leading this game as Josh van der Vlier gets over for the first try of the game here. Difficult kick coming up for Johnny Sexton as well. It's about 5 meters from the left-hand touchline. A difficult kick coming up for him. But it's Ireland 5, the All Blacks 0 at the moment. And they start off with a bang after just 5 minutes of play in this third test. What a start again from Ireland. Right, Johnny Sexton now to try and convert this one here for Ireland. And Sharkbrain says for the third time in a row, Ireland score in the first 10 minutes of the game. So, yeah, that's a bit of statistics for you. So Johnny Sexton now aiming to get into the 1,000-pointer in his test career with this conversion kick as well. About 5 meters from the left-hand touchline. And he lines this one up. It is going to go to the left of the post. So 5-0 it stays. And we've had about 5.5 minutes in this third test. All Blacks 0, Ireland 5 after just 5 minutes of play. Can the All Blacks hit back or will Ireland dominate this first half? No mistakes is what you will need to win this one. As Burden Barrett restarts this one, a deep restart, deep inside the 22, collected by Bundiyaki as he storms forward up to just short of the 22-meter line. So they are inside their own 22, so they can kick this out directly as Gibson Park goes to the box kick over the top. But he won't be finding touch, and the chase coming now from James Lowe. Gets it out to Burden Barrett now. He runs it up to the halfway line, about 5 meters from the right-hand touchline. Aaron Smith now out to Nipo Lalala again. Sets it up on the halfway line. Aaron Smith again. Geordie Barrett now. David Avili with a little cross kick here. And it's not going to be collected by Ireland. It's back in the hands of the All Blacks. Hardy Severe on the 10-meter line inside the All Blacks half. He drives his way nearly up to the halfway line. And a penalty against Ireland here for a high tackle. So 5-0 after 6.5 minutes. It's Ireland now penalized for a high tackle. Reality always wins, says if All Blacks lead in halftime, then Ireland will lose. And Sharkbrain says we'll see a lot of turnovers by the All Blacks today since Scott Barrett is injured. Akira came in as a replacement. All right, so Akira Ioane then came in as, I didn't see that one, Sharkbrain. So thanks for that one. And then Sharkbrain asked Sexton missed. Yep, he missed that one. So line out here to the All Blacks now between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside Ireland's half. A chance now for the All Blacks. Taken by Hardy Severe at the front now. Here comes Burden Barrett. Goes with the high kick up into the air. The chase coming from the All Blacks. But McHanson catches the mark about 2 meters out from his own try line. Great work there from the right winger of Ireland as he saves the day for them. The kick downfield from McHanson finds touch roundabout on the same spot. The line-out was to the All Blacks the first time. Roundabout between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside Ireland's half. Can the All Blacks capitalize? Goes to the back. Oh, it's stolen by Ireland. And they set up the little ruck here. Just outside their own 22 is Ireland. And a big blow here for the All Blacks. Gibson Park gets it out now to Dan Sheehan. Dan Sheehan sets it up about 5 meters out from his own 22 at the moment. Gibson Park now goes to the box kick over the top. The chase coming from Hansen, but it's going to be Beauden Barrett underneath it. Beautifully taken by him as he gets driven back to run about his own 10-meter line. Aaron Smith now, Hardy Severe on the blind side, a little bit of space opening up for them. Just up over the halfway line now for the All Blacks. Aaron Smith now waiting to get this one back slowly for them now. Just on the halfway line, goes to the box kick over the top, trying to put pressure here on Ireland. And it's going to come back for New Zealand again. And now Sam Cane runabout on Ireland's 10-meter line. Driven back in a tackle by Josh van der Vlier. Slow ball coming back for the All Blacks this time round. And it looks like this ball might have been stolen by Ireland. But the referee blows on the whistle. Penalty right in the middle of the field. Roundabout on the 10-meter line of Ireland for the All Blacks. So a chance now for them as they're going to have a shot at goal here. And Jordie Barrett will be looking to get the first points on the board here for the All Blacks. So another opportunity now for the All Blacks to get some points on the board here, as it's been Ireland to dominate the opening 5 minutes, but the All Blacks have come back and has put pressure on Ireland in this last 3 or 4 minutes. So a chance now for Jordie Barrett as we approach the 10-minute mark of this game to get the first points on the board for the All Blacks. From around about the 10-meter line inside Ireland's half in the middle of the field. Can they get the first points for the All Blacks? Sharkbrain says the All Blacks definitely kick more than the Springboks. Really is no one talking about this. So the All Blacks tend to kick from inside their own half, and that's a terrible kick from Jordie Barrett as it goes to the right of the post, and the score will remain 5-0 after about 10 minutes of play in this game. 22-meter restart now for Ireland. Ireland have outscored the All Blacks 20-0 in the opening 20 minutes of the series so far. So the first quarter shut out from Ireland, and the All Blacks will have to try and turn that around. The restart now collected by Akira Ioane, and there's a little knock-on advantage to the All Blacks roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Ireland's half of the field. So it will be a scrum down to the All Blacks. About 11 minutes gone in this one. 5-0 the All Blacks trail against this Irish side looking to make history today. Sharkbrain says, oh, they're playing in Cape Town. That's the kicks are not going over. Yeah, so they're playing at Sky Stadium where there is a swirling wind at the stadium. We are renowned for that during Super Rugby when South Africa used to still play in Super Rugby. You used to see that swirling winds at the stadium. So it's going to be very difficult to get those kicks over today. So a chance now for the All Blacks from around the 10-meter line inside Ireland's half, about 5 meters from the right-hand touchline. They do get a free kick from that scrum, but I think they might opt to go for another one here. Decision time now for the All Blacks again. They are going to have another scrum. So 5 meters from the right-hand touchline on the 10-meter line inside Ireland's half. 5-0, Ireland leading the All Blacks at the moment. Great try early on from Ireland, setting up the driving ball from a penalty 5 meters out. Josh van der Vlier got that try for Ireland. Johnny Sexton missed the conversion, with Jordie Barrett also missing a penalty kick from around the 10-meter line. Sharkbrain says the Springboks also won in Wellington because Barrett missed a crucial kick. And in reality, always when, even last week, game, the All Blacks were kicking, but when is South Africa doing that, they complain. Yeah, no. Like I've mentioned before, what I've noticed from the All Blacks, they don't play rugby inside their own half unless they get it from turnover possession. So 9 out of 10 times the All Blacks will kick the ball from inside their own half just to put the pressure on the opposition. So the All Black scrum has won 14, lost 1. So scrum success of 93% with about 3 penalties won in the series so far. So last week's scrums as well, 83% was neutral, while 17% went in favor of the All Blacks. Sharkbrain says All Blacks kicked 10 times more than the box. Right, Aaron Smith now with the feet to the scrum here from the 10-meter line inside the Ireland territory. Aaron Smith now trying to get it out, gets it up to Beauden Barrett, who sets it up just up over the 10-meter line. Now taken up by Cody Taylor. Roundabout between the 22 and the 10. Now Akira Ioane. Akira Ioane, leg drive coming from the All Blacks now 5 meters outside of the 22. Aaron Smith gets it out to Cody Taylor again. spins out of 1 or 2 tackles just short of the 22. That a little knock on from the All Blacks, and it's going to be a scrum down to Ireland, about 5 meters outside of their own 22. Jacques says, yes, this Cape Town is going to cause problems today. I don't know who decides these venues. This could be a disaster. So a little knock on from Artie Sevilla, 5 meters outside of the 22 of Ireland, and Ireland survive another All Blacks onslaught here. We've had about 15 minutes of play in this first half. Ireland 5, the All Blacks 0, a try from Josh van der Fleer, and a misconversion from Sexton, as well as a missed penalty attempt from Jordie Barrett. Scrum down to Ireland, 5 meters outside of their own 22, roundabout in the middle of the field here. Chance for Jamieson, Gibson Park now. Ireland have a scrum success of 93%, winning 4 penalties from their scrum so far. Gibson Park now with the feed to the scrum. It is a neutral, solid scrum. Off the back it comes to Johnny Sexton. Gets the ball out to Henshaw, out to McHanson, who puts it on the boot. Partly charged down by the All Blacks, and now they've got possession from the halfway line. It's Artie Sevilla. Gets the ball out to Aaron Smith. Now it comes out to Rico Ioane, Jordie Barrett. Jordie Barrett with a little kick inside the 22. It's going to be collected by Hugo Keenan, who's going to kick it downfield. And he's going to find touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line. More towards the 10-meter line. But a great defensive kick there from Hugo Keenan, saving the day for Ireland after a clever little stab through from Jordie Barrett. Unfortunately, the pressure not enough there from the All Blacks. Sharpbrain says, as usual, the floodgates will open and the All Blacks will expose the gaps. Well, let's hope it is the case for the All Blacks today, because they are looking good on the attack. Throw in from Cody Taylor, sloppy from the All Blacks, collected after the ball fell down, and they've got possession between the 10 and the halfway line now. Kira Ioane sets it up nicely for the All Blacks again. Aaron Smith out to Artie Sevilla. Sevilla brought down really quickly, just short of the 10-meter line. Now Aaron Smith gets it out to Bowden. Barrett goes high up into the air. The chase coming now from the All Blacks. And Will Jordan nearly gets it. He has picked it up, but he's left it behind in the end. A little knock on from him as well. So about 10 meters out from the try line, Ireland has got the possession here. Gibson Park now, back it comes to James Ryan. Just sets it up about 10 meters out from the try line. Gibson Park now have to wait for it as he gets it out to James Lowe, who's going to put it on the boot here and finds touch round about 5 meters outside of the 22. Another chance now for the All Blacks to go on the attack here. Great pressure put on Hugo Keenan from Will Jordan, but unfortunately he just knocked it on. Well, knock on after knock on. Is it raining out there? So it doesn't look like it's raining at all here at the moment. It might be a little damp on the ground. Overthrown by New Zealand, and another knock on from the All Blacks now on the 22-meter line. Gibson Park gets it out to James Lowe, puts it on the boot. The kick downfield is going to roll, and it's going to roll over the 22-meter line. And I think it's going to be a 22-meter. So a line out maybe to Ireland here. Let's just have a look. So the kick from James Lowe was beautifully done, and it rolled, and I think that one went over the 22. So let's just see whose ball this is going to be. This could be a 50-22, and in fact, I think it is. So no, it's just short of the 22. So the throw-in from the All Blacks now taken by Whitelock, right on the 22-meter line. Driving ball set up by the All Blacks from just outside their own 22 here at the moment, as they're trying to soften up the Irish defense through the forwards, but they're not really winning that battle at the moment. Still now just outside their own 22 is the All Blacks. They need to be careful not to lose this ball now. That ball is not going to go anywhere, and Ireland will win the scrum here, about 5 meters outside of the 22 of the All Blacks. Poor decision from the All Blacks there, and Ireland will get the scrum feed here. And Neville says, yeah, glad to see you back. Got to be a tense match. Thanks, Neville. So Sharpbrain says, no, really New Zealand are sinking to their lowest low right now. So I would imagine if the All Blacks loses this game, then Ian Foster could be in some serious trouble going forward. He might lose his job. Neville says they certainly are. So about 18 minutes gone in this one. Ireland now with a scrum just outside the 22 of the All Blacks. Let's see if New Zealand will be able to counter this. There's just an injury break to Peter O'Mahony at the moment. He's had 14 carries, 7 line-out wins, 1 line-out stolen, and 1 try assist in this Steinlager series so far. So a valuable player for this Irish side as well is Peter O'Mahony. So let's hope he's back onto his feet for them as well. But so far, the All Blacks their own worst enemy with way too much kicking and way too many knock-ons. Ireland just feeding off the mistakes of the All Blacks at the moment. Sharkbrain says Foster the Clown is making history in New Zealand today. So I'm not sure if they're going upstairs to have a look at something here, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, it is still going to be a scrum down to Ireland about 5 meters outside of the 22, 5 meters from the left-hand touchline. So they've got the whole of the right-hand side of the field to run with. 5 turnovers conceded by the All Blacks so far, 4 by Ireland. 55% possession to the All Blacks. And I couldn't see the territory stats there. And Neville says maybe try for Prime Minister. So a chance now for Ireland. We've had about 18 and a half minutes gone. And they're now having a scrum just outside the 22 of the All Blacks. Right, Gibson Park to feed this one in for them. And it's a solid scrum off the back, picked up by Caelan Doris. A little stab through from Gibson Park, but beautifully read by Aaron Smith inside the 22 and collects it about 5 meters inside the 22. Will Jordan out, scrum off, gets it out to Artie Sevilla. Artie Sevilla sets it up, driven back in the tackle. And slow ball coming back for the All Blacks now, just inside their own 22. Aaron Smith gets it out to Geordie Barrett, who puts it on the boot. And he's going to clear it to round about the 10, well, between the 10 and the halfway line. So the All Blacks have gained valuable meters from that little grubber kick through from Jamison Gibson Park. Line out to the Irish now between the 10 and the halfway line inside the New Zealand's territory as Dan Sheehan will throw this one in. Finds Caelan Doris off the back now. Gibson Park with a little loop pass. Bundiaki running straight into the defense here, just up over halfway. Tyburn taking it up as well for them now. Dan Sheehan sets it up nicely, not held in the tackle. Up to the 10-meter line goes Tyburn. Tyburn sets it up now. Dan Sheehan at scrum off. He's picked it up, going backwards a little bit. Is Ireland now roundabout on the 10-meter line of the All Blacks. Comes back to Sexton. Goes with a little banana kick. Trying to find touch, but not going to get it. Finds Will Jordan inside the 22. And he puts it on the boot. Straight down the middle of the field. Not finding touch. James Lowe now on the 10-meter line. Inside Ireland's half. It's Johnny Sexton up to the halfway line now. Gibson Park gets it out to Caelan Doris up to the 10-meter line again. Good defense from Artie Sevilla this time round. Gibson Park now back to Dan Sheehan again. Tackled by Akira Ioane. Driven back to round about the halfway line now. Comes back to Sexton. Goes high up into the air. Chase coming from Mac Hansen now. Mac Hansen is going to win it back for Ireland now. And roundabout on the 10-meter line again of the All Blacks. The ball spills out the back. A turnover for the All Blacks now. David Avili with the kick downfield. Here comes the chase from the All Blacks. It's Rico Ioane, but the touchline is going to win it. And it's going to be a 50-22 kick as well. So line out to the All Blacks about 5 meters inside the 22 of Ireland. A great kick from David Avili. Opportunity now for the All Blacks. We've had 21 minutes of this game. 5 points to 0. Ireland still leading this one. Throw in now going to come from Cody Taylor. 5 meters inside the 22 of Ireland. Taken by Artie Sevilla now out the back door. It's Cody Taylor. The pass missed by Severies, dropped back but picked up by the All Blacks again now. Sam Cane from about 10 meters out from the try line, right in the middle of the field here for the All Blacks. Another go here from the All Blacks, says Nipo Lolala. Just waiting now. Ari Sevilla tries through the back door, but he's knocked it on. But we're coming back for another penalty to the All Blacks. About 15 meters out from the try line, right in the middle of the field. What will the All Blacks do here, as it's Johnny Sexton penalised there for not rolling away? Another shot at goal here for the All Blacks then. This one should be a gimme for Jordie Barrett. Sharkbrain says Cody Taylor also not on his best these days. I also agree with you so far, Sharkbrain. Cody Taylor normally having such a big influence in the game. Really quiet so far for them. And a little bit disappointing from him as well. Dane Cole's on the bench. Another veteran that can come on. Always seem to supercharge this All Black side in the second half as well. Sharkbrain says, I've never seen the New Zealand team knock on the ball like this. Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic from them. They normally, when they do turn over a ball, they go and score. This time around, just little knock-ons costing them points at the moment. So this kick from Jordie Barrett from right in front goes over this time. So 5 points to 3 it is here between the two sides. Ireland still leading by a 2-point margin at the moment. 5 points to 3. Ireland leading this after a try from Josh van der Fleer in the opening 5 minutes of the game. And now a penalty by Jordie Barrett in the 23rd minute of this game. 5 points to 3, Ireland leading. Right, so restart is going to be taken by Johnny Sexton from the halfway line here. We've had 23 minutes in this first half. 5 points to 3. Ireland is leading this third test. Third and final test decider. Sharkbrain New Zealand on the board after 30 minutes. So taken by Brodie Retallick just outside the 22 and a good leg drive from him up to the 10-meter line. Now Aaron Smith waiting for it. Gets it out now to Sam Whitelock. Whitelock sets it between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Now Beauden Barrett gets it out to Jordie Barrett. Tries to step past 2 defenders. Up to the 10-meter line they go. Now Aaron Smith again. Back it comes now. Beauden Barrett. Out it goes now to Akira Ioane. To Will Jordan. Puts it on the boot. And that kick is going to bounce inside the 22. Taken by Hugo Keenan. Back to Johnny Sexton. Who's going to get a wobbly little kick away. Just around about between the 22 and the 10-meter line. So the All Blacks gain a lot of advantage there. A great kick from Will Jordan then. And a really poor return from Johnny Sexton. No pressure on him. And he sliced that one. Cody Taylor with the throw in. Brodie Retallick now at the back. Sam Cane. Will Jordan back to David Avili, who straightens the line. About 5 meters outside of the 22 now. Aaron Smith again gets it out to Cody Taylor. Cody Taylor sets it up. A little bit isolated. Will it come back for the All Blacks now? Yes, it will. Aaron Smith back to Sam Whitelock. Whitelock charges on to just short of the 22 now. Aaron Smith again. Rico Ioane, a long cut-off pass now to Severies. Severies not held in the first tackle. Up to the 22 he goes. Right on the left-hand side of the field. Aaron Smith now back Beauden Barrett. Back to David Avili. Oh, he's caught behind the advantage line between the 22 and the 10-meter line. But a good drive from Adi Sevilla again. Now Lalala gets it out to Kira Ioane. Rico Ioane up to the 22-meter line. But this could be turnover ball for Ireland. Yes, it is. Inside the 22 now. Mac Hansen about 10 meters out from his own try line under pressure. And we are going to come back here for a penalty against the All Blacks. Holding on the ground as Josh van der Fleer wins that penalty for Ireland right on the 22-meter line. 25 minutes gone. Sharkbrain says Springboks normally knock the ball on because they love scrumming and then Severies putting in some work. So penalty against the All Blacks then on the 22-meter line inside Ireland's territory. 5 points to 3. 25 minutes gone in this one. That kick is going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line. Let's just see whether it's inside All Blacks territory or Irish territory. But the All Blacks starting to find a little bit of momentum. If they can just stop knocking the ball on and just get the phases going, they should beat this Ireland side. So the throw-in is on the 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory as Dan Sheehan will throw this one in. But the referee not happy with the throw-in, so we will have to throw that in again. 26 minutes gone in this first half. 5 points to 3. Ireland leading the All Blacks at the moment. Dan Sheehan now with the throw into the sign out. Right on the 10-meter line of the All Blacks. On the right-hand side of the field. The throw in taken beautifully by Peter O'Mahony and a driving ball set up by Ireland. Going forward, and they get the penalty advantage now. Between the 10 and the 22-meter line, and now as Gibson Park gets it out, Bundiaki on a loop around Sexton, Mac Hansen out to Hugo Keenan, back to James Lowe up to the 22-meter line. He's brought down right on the left-hand side of the field. Now Gibson Park, Sexton again, Sheehan, Bundiaki. He's driven back in a tackle by Sevilla. Now Gibson Park, Mac Hansen, space opening up for James Lowe. Back on his side to Hugo Keenan, and Hugo Keenan gets the try for Ireland in the corner. And it's Ireland 10, New Zealand 3. What a run here from Ireland. And just putting the pressure on the All Blacks. Just making every single point count at the moment is the Irish outfit. Great attacking play from them. And Ireland have 10, the All Blacks have 3, with the conversion to come from the left-hand corner. Great attacking play from Ireland. And James Lowe and Hugo Keenan working together in tandem there, just to break this All Blacks defense to pieces. Great work it's from the blind hand side of the field. Some great hands and a brilliant pass from James Lowe back on the inside. And it's Hugo Keenan in for the try in the corner here for Ireland. Conversion kick from the left-hand touch, about 5 meters out from the left-hand touch line. So another difficult kick coming up for Johnny Sexton here. Sharkbait says, let me cash out of this bet. All Blacks letting me down again. So Johnny Sexton now with the conversion attempt here with about 11 minutes to go in this first half. Ireland 10, the All Blacks 3 at the moment. Some great attacking play from Ireland, setting up their second try of this game. And looking really, really good at the moment. Johnny Sexton now will try and attempt to get an extra 2 points for Ireland. From the left-hand corner of the field, and he struck that really well and gets it over. So 12 points to 3 they lead. What a try there and what a conversion from Ireland. 12 points to 3 it is, and some great work from Ireland. 12 points to 3 they lead after about 29 minutes of play in this game. Super attacking play from Ireland, and the All Blacks their own worst enemy at the moment. Right, here we go. Sharpbrand says, don't know how you can defend faster if New Zealand lose here again. So the restart taken by Bundiaki right on the 22-meter line on the left-hand side of the field of Ireland. And now Gibson Park gets it out to Peter O'Mahony. Peter O'Mahony sets it up beautifully for them inside the 22. Gibson Park back to James Lowe. And Lowe puts it on the boot. And he's going to find touch runabout between the 10 and the 22. But quickly thrown in by the All Blacks now. Sevu Rees is going to attack here from the 10-meter line. And he's brought down really quickly as well. Smith now. And it's going to be a penalty against the All Blacks here as obstruction from them. So about 5 meters inside the All Blacks half, it's another penalty to Ireland, about 10 meters from the left-hand corner. So Greg Chalice says Ireland using their opportunities. Go Ireland. And then Neville says, OMG, Dolly asks, Guru, where's your camera today? So I've had some technical difficulties, Dolly. So unfortunately, we're going back to the Ice Age, and we're going to only solid commentary today. Sharkman says, can the All Blacks beat the Springboks at Ellis Park? That's going to be a big one. And I'm so disappointed because I wanted to go and watch that game. But the only tickets that was left is 1,500. And living far away from Joburg, it would have cost me an extra 2,000-3,000 in petrol. So at the end of the day, it was just way too expensive to go and watch the game. But it's going to be interesting to see how the Springboks and the All Blacks clash in Ellis Park. So Johnny Sexton have decided to have a shot at goal here. And another difficult kick coming up with about 9 minutes to go in this first half of this game. And Ireland looking to extend that lead by another 3 points here. Dolly says, okay, Guru, bless. Thanks, Dolly. So Sexton now with the penalty attempt here from roughly around the 10-meter line of the All Blacks. About 10 meters out from the left-hand touch line. It's 12 points to Free Ireland, already leading this one. And now sets this one up. The kick, and it's struck. And it's gone over as well. So 15 points to Free Ireland, leading this one. And they're building an innings at the moment. Some great works from Ireland. And we've had 2 tries by them and a penalty and a conversion so far. 15 points to Free Ireland, leading here with about 8 minutes to go in this first half. The All Blacks with their backs against the wall. 15 points to Free here. Ireland leading the All Blacks. A deep kick in taken by Bundiaki. He sets it up inside the 22 for Ireland now. Gibson Park. Back it comes to Sexton now to Tyburn. James Lowe running it from the 22-meter line and makes it up to about 5 meters outside of the 22. Right in the middle of the field now. Gibson Park. Back it comes to Sexton. Goes high. Not a great kick from him. The chase coming from Ireland, but it's going to come to the All Black side now. Bowden Barrett gets it out to Sam Whitelock. Here's trouble. Geordie Barrett now from the halfway line. Tries to step past a couple of defenders. Gets it out to Akira Ioane. He's up to the 10-meter line now. An opportunity for the All Blacks. Aaron Smith now back to Bowden Barrett. Barrett to Havili. Havili throws a little dummy. Tries to go himself. Caught on the halfway line. Right in the middle of the field. Smith again now. Rico Ioane just sets it up for the All Blacks. 5 meters inside the Irish territory now. Aaron Smith. Back it comes to Nipo Lolala. Lolala sets it up now. Smith again. Barrett. Out it comes to Sam Cane. Sam Cane sets it up on the halfway line again. Now Smith back it to Havili. Havili up to the 10-meter line now. Slow ball coming back for the All Blacks. Now comes to Sam Cane. Bowden Barrett on the loop around now. Geordie Barrett with a cross kick. Cross kick into the hands of Severis on the 10-meter line. He's brought down quickly though as Rico Ioane at Stromhoff gets it out to Brody Retallick who knocks it on. Now it's Robbie Henshaw out to Gibson Park who puts it on a boot straight down the middle of the field. In the hands of Geordie Barrett just outside the 22. Now Bowden Barrett. Bowden Barrett out. It comes to Will Jordan now. Will Jordan out to Akira Ioane. Akira Ioane up to the halfway line. Just up over the halfway line now. Aaron Smith again. Back it comes to Bowden Barrett. Geordie Barrett. Geordie Barrett is going to straighten it up to between the 10 and the halfway line. Now comes back Bowden Barrett again with a kick downfield. And into a bit of space. Mac Hansen gets it back for them. And kicks it downfield again for Ireland. Not going to find touch into the hands of Bowden Barrett on the halfway line. He runs it up to the 10-meter line of Ireland now. Brought down by Ireland roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Irish territory. Aaron Smith now. Geordie Barrett again sets it up. Still on the 10-meter line of Ireland now. George Bauer. George Bauer just bringing it down for a ruck here. Aaron Smith again. Now it's Rico Ioane out to Will Jordan. On the halfway line, gets the pass out to David Havili, puts in a little grubber kick, but touches one of the Irish players into touch. So line out, roundabout on the 10-meter line of Ireland. All Blacks just not gaining enough ground at the moment, just being tackled backwards by Ireland, and the kick's not working out for them at the moment. 15 points to Free it is, with 5 minutes to go in this first half. Shark Brent says, OMG, stop the count, just stop the count. It's weird the All Blacks keep losing at the Cape Town, and then reality always wins. Says, during World Cups, Ireland sucks a lot. Consistency is key. And then Greg Chalice says, Cape Town win only affecting the All Blacks at the moment. Shark Brent also says, this is the final nail in the coffin for the All Blacks. So line out on the 10-meter line inside Irish territory now. And the line out stolen by Ireland as well as Dan Sheehan gets away with it. He's up to the halfway line now for Ireland. Quick ball comes back now. Gibson Park, Johnny Sexton. Buniyaki on a loop around. Sexton again. Gets it out to Higo. Keenan puts it on a bird. Mac Hansen chasing this one down. And it's Will Jordan who luckily gets there about 10 meters out from his own try line. Now brought down by Ireland. Round about 10 meters out from their own try line is the All Blacks. Aaron Smith now waiting for this one to get back now to Nipo Lolala. Lolala to George Bauer. And it's going to be a scrum down to Ireland. The forward pass from Lolala to Bauer. So another chance now for Ireland. 10 meters out from the All Blacks try line. And with about 4 minutes to go in this first half. Some great attacking play from Ireland. And putting the All Blacks under pressure. Sharkbrain says the North is already disrespectful. Now they will be even worse. And the Irish are looking confident here. And then Angelina also asks, Guru, where is it going wrong for the All Blacks here? So they're not able to get front foot ball. They're playing on the back foot at the moment due to the Irish defense that is really good at the moment. And then too many errors at vital times. Little knock-ons like this one just now. And we've seen a couple of them inside the 22 of Ireland as well, which they could have scored from. And now they're putting themselves under pressure again here with a scrum down to Ireland 10 meters out from their own try line. So it's really, really bad for them at the moment. Ireland just suffocating them basically on the defense at the moment. So just an injury breakdown at the moment for Tite Furlong as he's receiving some attention here. Sharkbrand says if New Zealand lose here, drop to 6th place on the world rankings. And if that's the case, then it's really goodbye Ian Foster today. So from about 10 minutes out in the middle of the field here, with 3.5 minutes to go in this first half, Ireland will have the field position and the territory and the possession here to make some more trouble here for the All Blacks. 15 points to 3 with this scrum down to come with just 3 minutes to go in this first half. Can they pull this one off? Gibson Park is going to throw this one in and they're going to set it up. Good scrum here from the All Blacks, putting the pressure on him, but the Ireland gets it back. And now there's a chance now for them to go on the attack again. It's Galen Doris, sets it up about 10 meters out from the try line. Gibson Park again. Now back to Sheehan. Sexton, Buniyaki into space, gets it out to Henshaw, and over for another try here. There's Ireland, and this could be all over for the All Blacks now. Another try, and it's Robbie Henshaw who gets the try. Fantastic Ireland. 20 points to 3 with the conversion to come. Unbelievable stuff here from Ireland as they take a 20 points to 3 lead going into halftime. All Blacks have no answer at the moment. With the conversion right in front, shouldn't be a problem here for Ireland at all. And they should be going to 22 points to 3 here just before halftime. Ireland 22, the All Blacks 3 as we go into the last minute and a half of this first half. Some incredible play here. Reality always wins, says it's over. And Angelina says it's getting embarrassing here. Sharkbrain says, Guru, your dog is an Irish supporter. Absolutely, it seems. So here comes Sexton now with that conversion. So 22 points to 3 it is with just 2 minutes to go in this first half. 22 points to 3. 3 unanswered tries by Ireland in this first half. Incredible stuff from them. They're just outplaying the All Blacks in every facet of the game at the moment. So great work from Ireland. With 2 minutes to go, the restart from Bowden Barrett now. As the restart taken by Buniyaki now sets it up on the inside the 22-meter line. Just a minute and a half to go in this first half. Gibson Park now waiting for it. About 5 meters from his left-hand side of the field. And goes to the box kick over the top. That one is not going to find touch into the hands of Geordie Barrett. Now Bowden Barrett on the 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory. Runs it up to the halfway line. Switches back inside to David Avili, who straightens it up to the 10-meter line. Ireland. Much better from the All Blacks this time round. But Rico Ioane has knocked it on. And a kick downfield from Mac Hansen. is going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line of the All Blacks. So way too many knock-ons from the All Blacks at the moment. Every time they go on an attack, they knock the ball on. And this time it's Rieko Ioane. The line out taken by the All Blacks now. It's Sam Cane off the back to Aaron Smith. Now David Avili out to Ari Savia on a loop around Bowden Barrett. Out it goes to Will Jordan on the 10-meter line inside their own half. He nearly runs it up to the halfway line. And that ball is going to be stolen by Ireland here, it seems, inside the All Blacks half. Some great defensive work again from Ireland as they turn it over. Caelan Doris now. Dan Sheehan gets it out to Hugo Keenan. Back to James Ryan. Sets it up on the halfway line. Now quick ball again. Dan Sheehan sets it up between the 10 and the halfway line. Inside All Blacks territory now. Robbie Henshaw out to Josh van der Vlier. Josh van der Vlier sets it up. Still about 5 meters inside the All Blacks half now. Gibson Park. Time is up for the first half as Dan Sheehan just drops it down. This could be a turnover here for the All Blacks as Sam Cane wins the penalty on the ground. So another chance now for the All Blacks here just before halftime. Wow. So Sharkren says, how many knock-ons is this now? So about 5 or 6 already from the All Blacks. And then Renier says, Aina, wat is die tyd op die klok? So it's the end of the first half. The All Blacks just have a penalty to work with now from round about the 22-meter line of Ireland, and a chance for them. Sharkren says they said Super Rugby is better than the URC. Well, it's clearly showing today that Ireland is right up there with the best in the business. So a line out now to the All Blacks between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Cody Taylor with the throw in here. Taken by Ardie Savia. Aaron Smith now back to David Avili. Avili to Rieko Ioane. And forward pass from the All Blacks. It's going to mean that's going to be half time. So 22 points to, well, no, in fact, there's still going to be a scrum here from the line out was thrown in skew. So it seems like we will have a line out or a scrum down here to Ireland just outside the 22. So the All Blacks just making all the mistakes at the moment. So the referee says there will be time for one more scrum here as we head into the halftime break. 22 points to 3. Ireland leading this game at the moment. So one last scrum here before the end of the first half. Gibson Park will have to throw this one in from about 5 meters outside of their own 22 at the moment. A good opportunity for the All Blacks to try and win another penalty. Sharkren says, no, just stop the game, please. This is embarrassing. So Gibson Park controls it. Caelan Doris off the back gets it out to James Lowe, who's just going to bundle this one into touch. So at halftime, it's going to be 22 points to 3. Ireland leading this game. And I don't think anybody expected this at halftime. Not even myself. So halftime here, it's the All Blacks 3, Ireland 22. Which is just insane at the moment. Nobody expected this. I don't even think the Irish supporters expected this at halftime. But it is the Ireland who scored 3 tries in that first half to just a single penalty from the All Blacks so far. And it looks like history will be made today. Reality always wins, says, I know anything is possible, but I bet Ireland will not defeat the full mighty Springboks, never. And then Kali says, howdy Guru, what's with the screen? Anyway, Ireland have been so good with their passing skills. They have been brilliant. So what's up with the screen is I've had some technical difficulties, Kali. So we're back to the old-fashioned just commentary today. So, yeah, it's been interesting. Ireland has been blowing them away from start to finish here so far. And it's incredible how well Ireland is putting the All Blacks under pressure, defensively and on the attack. Each time Ireland gets the ball and they run it, they look really good. If the All Blacks run it, they get pushed back in the defense. They either kick the ball away and Ireland just happily to send it back to them yet again after that. So, yeah, it is what it is. Peter Lowry says, I got stuck on a few YouTube videos recently for saying Leinster might have the world's best squad. Wish I never deleted my comments now. And then Henry Scott says, your prediction for the second half. You can never underestimate the All Blacks. You know, if there's one team that can come back from this deficit at halftime, it's definitely the All Blacks. So it all depends on the opening 10 minutes of that second half. If the All Blacks can get a try or two in that opening 10 minutes, they will be right back in this and they could still win this one. But if Ireland have to come out firing in that second half and get the first points of the second half, then I would say it's well, I just can't say it's game over because we know what the All Blacks are capable of, and it's going to take really something terrible from Ireland to lose this from here on in. But like I said, anything can happen in this one. I still don't write this All Blacks side off. I think Ireland has been incredible. I think the All Blacks have been really poor in that first half, but you never know. This is the All Blacks. They can come back. But for now, I think Ireland has got this one in the bag. Terence Peters says South Africa came back to win from a similar halftime score. It is true. So, yeah, but this Ireland side looks really well at the moment, and it's going to be really difficult to beat them as well. And it's insane thinking how dominant the All Blacks was in New Zealand in the past, and now suddenly getting dominated the way they are by Ireland is it's really a good sight to see because it's not something that you normally see happen in New Zealand. But I'm guessing there's a lot of tension in the camp. I haven't seen this All Blacks as poor as they are in this first half. They haven't been this poor in years, to be quite honest. I don't think they're playing for their coach anymore. I think they want their coach gone, and you can see it being shown on the field by the players as well. They lackluster, not really in the mood to play rugby at the moment. So unless things change in the second half, I'm afraid it will be the end of Ian Foster for sure, because I think the All Blacks will drop to their lowest low ever. So yeah, it is. Peter Lowry says, what's amazing has been Ireland's lack of rotation. Keenan, Lowe, and Aki have all been labelled as out of their depth in recent years, but it looks like Farrell was right all along. And you got it spot on there, Peter. Guys like James Lowe and Bundiaki was never seen in New Zealand rugby. They were classed as not good enough. And we see a lot of that happening in South Africa as well. Well, just taking, for an example, CJ Stander, that was always classed as too little to play for the Boks and had a great career with Ireland. So it seems like Ireland is bringing out the best of some players. And I don't know what's in the water in Ireland, but some of these players are playing really good. Sharkbrain says, yes, but South Africa's Malcolm Marx. And then Ann Neville says, but they are capable tonight. I think they met their match. Absolutely. I think this Ireland side has been absolutely phenomenal up until this point. And I think if they just play at the half intensity, this All Black side can come back into this game. But it's going to be up to Ireland to show that they're world class and have another second half just like this one. And they showed it last week. I didn't think that they would show the class that they did last week in that second half. I thought the All Blacks were going to come back in that second half and win it. So unless something really goes wrong for Ireland in the second half and they crack under pressure and the All Black side start to run it, then we might see the All Blacks win it. But yeah, I keep saying this. I don't think Ireland will drop it. But if there's one team that can do it, it will be this All Black side. But regardless of the result at the end of this match, I think Ian Foster might be in trouble as coach. I think Scott Robinson will definitely be taking over. They're going to have to do something about this because we did it back in 2018 and it worked out. It worked out brilliantly for us in the end. And I think the All Blacks will take that maybe as something that they can work with Scott Robinson. Peter Lowry says, how well are the Crusaders and Blues represented in this All Blacks team? So they're pretty well represented it as well. If you look at the team lineups, the likes of let's just quickly see who's there. So Geordie Barrett from the Hurricanes, Will Jordan from the Crusaders, Rico Ioane from the Blues, David Avili from the Crusaders, Sevu Reese from the Crusaders, Barrett from the Blues, Aaron Smith from the Highlanders. So in the back line, we've only got Geordie Barrett and Aaron Smith, not from the Crusaders or Blues. And then in the forwards, we've got Artie Sevilla from the Hurricanes, Sam Cane from the Chiefs, Akira Ioane from the Blues, Whitelock from the Crusaders, Retallick from the Chiefs, Lalala from the Chiefs, Cody Taylor from the Crusaders, and then George Bauer from the Crusaders. So in the forwards, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 from the Blues and the Crusaders. So they're well represented in the side. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see what they decide at the end of the day. Henry Scott asked, what time is South Africa and Wales? So the kickoff is at 5:05 South African time. We are going to start streaming at around 4 o'clock just to go through the team lineups and predictions and what so and what not. Shark Brain says, can't wait to watch the breakdown Sunday. And then KP87 says, wow, Ireland wants to win. Greg Chalice says, the Irish coach said they were going to cause chaos. This they have done. All Blacks struggling under pressure. And Peter Lowry says, cheers for that. So, yeah, it's mind-blowing at the moment how well Ireland has played in that first half and how poorly the All Blacks have played on the other end of the field. It's almost like watching the Leinster versus Bulls opener of the URC last time when when Leinster blew the Bulls away in that first game of the URC. It's very similar to that one today. And what makes it worse is that it's played in New Zealand. It's played at the Sky Stadium. So, yeah, what time is New Zealand playing, Oscar Sharkbrain? Let's hope it's going to be now. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here in South Africa. Not quite sure how late it is in New Zealand, but I'm guessing they're around 8 hours ahead of me. So I'm guessing it's around 8 o'clock that side. So let's hope that they start playing some rugby now, because if they don't, history will be made today, and we don't want to see that happening from a southern hemisphere point of view. It's really not good. Angelique says, kom nou Guru, dis nie die All Blacks wat swak is nie, dis Ierland wat so goed is. So, yeah, I'm guessing it's true, Angelique. Ireland has been brilliant, but I must admit that the All Blacks have made unforced errors that you don't normally see them making. But that comes from the pressure in defense from Ireland. So I'm guessing I'm going to retract my comment there and say that Ireland is playing absolutely fantastic rugby, and the All Blacks are struggling to keep up with that. And then Cully says, I'm not a Springbok fan, but these Irish looking like the real deal. Will be interesting at the World Cup between the Springboks and Ireland. So Ireland normally do this. They peak a year out from the World Cup and then have a disastrous World Cup. So I'm hoping for Irish fans and for their sake that it's not going to be the same case again this time around, because Ireland plays some really attractive rugby. And for those of you who have been following my channel over the course of the year, I did say last year that Ireland were my team of the year. So they're doing exactly that again this year. They played some really, really good rugby and deserving everything that's coming their way at the moment. Sharkbrain says New Zealand will beg South Africa to come back to Super Rugby. And then Gerda says the All Blacks are getting their butts kicked today, and I'm loving it. Yeah, I can't say I'm loving it, because as a Southern Hemisphere commentator and supporter, I would normally back the All Blacks South Africa and Australia when they're playing the Northern Hemisphere counterparts. But it's interesting. Sharpbrain says the Bulls beat Ireland in Ireland. Just think of that way. And then Ann Neville says it's 2 minutes past 8. So I was about right when I said it's around 8 o'clock in New Zealand. So got that one spot on. Feeling pretty chuffed there with myself. But we are going to get ready for the second half here. So the All Blacks trailing by 19 points. It's 3 converted tries. If there's one team that can do it, it's the All Blacks that can come back. Ireland showed that they can score 3 tries and keep the All Blacks scoreless or tryless in that first half. the All Blacks can surely do the same to Ireland. They can score 3 tries and keep Ireland scoreless in the second half. So I'm still thinking that we're going to have a really, really, really good second half in this game here at the Sky Stadium. So, yeah, for those of you who think that this game is over, I would say hold on, because if the All Blacks score first, then we could still be in for a really good game. But if Ireland do get another try, then it might just be really difficult for them to come back into this one. Surprise, surprise so far from him. Ireland, we just go through the team lineups for the All Blacks so far. Geordie Barrett has not played badly. Will Jordan has had opportunities but never really used it. Rico Ioane has been really poor. David Avilius tried valiantly. Sever Reese trying a little bit more than usual, but just the slippery hands. Beauden Barrett and Aaron Smith struggling a little bit. I'm feeling that Aaron Smith is getting that ball out a little bit too slow at the moment. Then Artie Sevilla, Sam Kane, and then Akira Ioane coming in for Scott Barrett. They have been nowhere in that game. I think they've been outclassed by Peter O'Mahony, Josh van der Fleer, and Kalen Doris. Sam Whitelock and Brody Retallick not looking their old selves. They're not getting over the advantage line like they normally do. Nipo Lalala and George Bauer are trying really hard, and Cody Taylor has had a couple of carries, but nothing significant so far for them as well. Higo Keenan, Mac Hansen has been brilliant. The back three of Higo Keenan, Mac Hansen, and James Lowe, brilliant in defense, brilliant on the attack. Robbie Henshaw and Budiaki has really caused a lot of trouble in that midfield, with Sexton and Gibson Park doing some fantastic work at 9 and 10 as well. Kalen Doris has been brilliant. Josh van der Fleer has been really good at the breakdown, stealing balls. Peter O'Mahony, that ball carrier needed. James Ryan and Tide Byrne has been good. Tide Furlong and Andrew Porter, along with Dan Sheehan, is just controlling that scrum at the moment for them. So doing really well at the moment from them as well. So really putting all the pressure on the All Blacks at the moment. And it will be a tough ask for the All Blacks to come back in the second half. But as it stands, the All Blacks got 3, Ireland 22, as we will be heading into the second half of this game real shortly. But some really good work from Ireland in that first half. Every move has been on song. They've had almost no knock-ons. Only from the kicks from the All Blacks, they've managed to maybe knock 1 or 2 on from the air. But apart from that, they've been really solid and getting go forward ball, where the All Blacks, on the other hand, has really, really been poor in on the attack, with too many knock-ons and unforced errors at the moment. So 18 kicks by Ireland and 14 by the All Blacks, with Ireland making 679 meters and the All Blacks only around 440 meters from their kicks. So Ireland outclassing them in every facet so far. KB 87 said All Blacks always struggling under pressure, but they're also capable to come back from behind and win. Ireland must keep on building scoreboard pressure. And Darren says, you're so right. Ireland is always number 1 or 2 going into the World Cup, and they usually flop. And Irish coaching staff done brilliant job so far with their defense. So here we go with the second half. It is going to be the All Blacks to kick off from left to right here. So an opportunity for them to rectify their mistakes in the first half. The kickoff taken by James Ryan just outside of the 22 here, as Gibson Park now controls it at the back of this ruck, just outside the 22 at the moment. He goes to the box kick over the top, and the chase coming from James Lowe now. Geordie Barrett is underneath it beautifully on the 10-meter line, inside Irish half now. Aaron Smith out to Brody Retallick, and up to the 10-meter line they go now. Beauden Barrett out to David Avili. Now it's Artie Sevilla. Long cut pass to Rico Ioane. Rico Ioane up over the 10-meter line now, between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Aaron Smith comes back now. David Avili. Flat pass out to Ofa Tuangafasi is on the field for the All Blacks. Now Barrett tries to run into space there, but brought down really quickly. Now Smith again, Will Jordan. Out it comes to Akira Ioane. Leg drive up to around 5 meters outside of the 22. Now it's Cody Taylor. Sets it up in the middle of the field for the All Blacks. Sanders Smith. Beauden Barrett. Out to David Avili. On a loop around comes Geordie Barrett. He's brought down just outside the 22 now on the left-hand side of the field. Back it comes to Brody Retallick. He sets it up. Now it's Aaron Smith again. Bowden Barrett. Flat pass out to Sam Whitelock. Sets it up also again just outside the 22. Bowden Barrett again. Looking for a bit of space nearly into the half gap. Gets up just over the 22 now. Cody Taylor again. Cody Taylor from the 22-meter line in on the middle of the field. Smith now. Geordie Barrett puts his head down. Brought down on the 22-meter line now over Tuangafasi. And the ball has been ripped by Ireland, but it comes back to Bowden Barrett into space. About 10 meters out from the try line. In the middle of the field, Akira Ioane now. Just 5 meters out is the All Blacks now. As Adi Sevilla pick up and go. Adi Sevilla 2 meters out from the try line now. As the All Blacks looking much better now. Sam Cane back on the inside they go. But held up in the tackle is Geordie Barrett. Still pushed back 2 meters out from the try line. Will it come back for the All Blacks? Yes, it does. Now Brody Retallick. Still about 5 meters out from the try line. 5 meters out, penalty advantage coming for the All Blacks now. Sevilla. Sevilla brought down under the post here. 5 meters out from the try line. Again, Aaron Smith now just waiting for this one to come back. Pick up and go from the All Blacks. 5 meters out from the try line. Right under the sticks here. Aaron Smith now. Bowden Barrett on the loop around. Gets it out to Will Jordan. Not gaining any ground as the All Blacks. Now there's space opening up. But the pass from David Avili to Severy is not good. Have to get it behind the advantage line. Now runs it up to about 3 meters out from the try line. Aaron Smith again now. Waiting for it. Gets it out to Sam Cane. Sam Cane stopped about 2 meters out from the try line here. All Blacks looking to get it back now. Penalty advantage again. Akira Ioane. Still about 5 meters out. Now pick up and go from the All Blacks. It looks like Sevilla might be over here for the try. Let's just see what the referee have to say. Asking the touch judge here. Was it a double movement? They are going to go upstairs here. Upstairs they go. Greg Chalice says, thanks, Guru. Your commentary is brilliant. Thanks, Greg. And then Angelique also says, I'm here, Guru, for the goeie uitside van die rugby. Thanks, Angelique, as well. So let's see if Adi Sevilla has managed to get this try down. Oh, yes. I think that's a try to Adi Sevilla. So Adi Sevilla might have just gotten the first try for the All Blacks. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one is going to go. Tries have been awarded. So 22 points to 8 it is. The All Blacks now back into this one with their first try of this game. There's one team that can get back from a 22-3 deficit at halftime. It's this All Black side. So conversion to come now for the All Blacks as well. Conversion to come for Geordie Barrett. But it's 22 points to 8 at the moment. Adi Sevilla getting the first try for the All Blacks in the second half of the game. We've had 4 minutes in the second half. Geordie Barrett now with the conversion attempt from the left-hand side of the field. And he struck it really well. So 22 points to 10 it is then. The All Blacks now getting 22 points to 10. Ireland leading this one by 12 points at the moment with about 4 minutes gone in this second half. 22 points to 10, and it's Ireland is going to, well, there's just an injury break to Nepo Lalala at the moment. 4 minutes gone in this second half, and the All Blacks now getting their first try of this game as well. Gully says it's a try by Sevilla, and then Sharpbrain says New Zealand now has to work twice as hard just to get in range of Ireland. And I won't say the All Blacks are now back through. It's still a long way to go to catch up. So it's 12 points. It's 2 converted tries, Sharpbrain. And it is in New Zealand, so anything is possible here. 4 minutes into this second half at the moment. As it seems like Tuangafasi is going to go for a head assessment test now. So I'm guessing that they might have to bring back now Nipo Lalala or George Bauer. Reality always wins, says still possible for the All Blacks to win it. So the restart from Sexton then, as we get this game back underway, taken by Brodie Retallick from the 22-meter line. 5 minutes into the second half, Aaron Smith now right on the 22-meter line, trying to get this ball back for the All Blacks now. Slow ball coming back now, goes to the box kick over the top here, and the chase coming from the All Blacks, but beautifully taken by Hugo Keenan on the halfway line for Ireland. Gibson Park now sets it up for Dan Sheehan. Sheehan brought down just behind the halfway line inside Ireland's half. James Ryan now sets it up again. Good defense this time from the All Blacks. Penalty advantage coming for Ireland here as Jameson Gibson Park wants to go quickly, but decides against its penalty to Ireland on the halfway line. Shark Brent says just 2 tries and New Zealand are back in this game. And Johannes Payne also says All Blacks for the win. So Sexton now to kick this to the corner. And let's see where he finds touch. Round about 5 meters outside of the 22 of the All Blacks. Can Ireland set up another attacking line out here and put the pressure back on the All Blacks here? 12 points the difference at the moment. 22 points to 10. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Ireland with the throw in. Dan Sheehan now looking to find his jumper, finds tight burn. Drive now, it's Dan Sheehan back to James Lowe. That set play move didn't work out for them. Just outside the 22 now, Dan Sheehan sets it up again for the Irish roundabout in the middle of the field now. Buniyaki, leg drive coming from him up to the 22-meter line. Gibson Park now waiting for it. Gets it back now to Robbie Henshaw. Henshaw not held in the first tackle, but gets himself isolated, and the All Blacks wins the penalty from about 5 meters inside the 22. Gert Knutsen says, hello Guru, nice to hear your voice again. Just came home from work. Hello from Vietnam. Where are you? We don't see you on the screens. So I do have some technical difficulties today, Gert. So we are going back to the old-fashioned way of commentary without a screen today. Sharpbrain says, where's Sam Whitelock with his line-out steals? All of a sudden, he's nowhere. Yeah, and he's lost a couple as well today. So the All Blacks have lost 2 line-outs so far today. Cody Taylor now from the halfway line. Throws it in, finds Sam Whitelock off the back, Sam Kane. Now Aaron Smith out to David Abili, out to Artie Sophia, who puts his head down straight up over the halfway line. Gets it down now, quick ball, Aaron Smith. Oh, it's been intercepted by Tygburn, and Tygburn makes his way up to over the 10-meter line here for Ireland. Now it comes back to them. There's a bit of space on the outside as Josh van der Vlier sets it up. Not enough backline players in that backline at the moment for them. Now Mac Hansen sets it up just outside the 22 for Ireland. Gibson Park now waiting for it. Tygburn again. Good defense this time from Nipo Lalala. Comes back Sexton again. Now it's Hugo Keenan. Long pass out to James Lowe. Puts it on the boot. Taken by Geordie Barrett. Now Aaron Smith from just outside the 22. Cody Taylor. Now it's Bowden Barrett to the kick downfield. Looking for space in behind. Then he's going to find it. And it's going to run about between the 10 and the 22 of Ireland. Line up to Ireland. Tygburn with the All Blacks can be ready. That was play. I won't sleep in Springboks today. And says Artie Sophia play in New Zealand. Right, so another injury break to Johnny Sexton at the moment, and this is something that Ireland will not want, as Joey Carberry is the replacement fly-half, but Sexton has been really brilliant today. Peter Lowry says, love Tygburn playing for the Scarlets. Yeah, no, it's true. Tygburn have a story of his own to tell. I'm sure that he was one of the most underrated players around and just came up to the scene in brilliant fashion for this Island side. So they're just showing a clip of Johnny Sexton in the dressing room at halftime, and he was doing all the talking at that time, and really inspirational leader to this Irish side. So he's back on his feet. We've had about 8.5 minutes gone in the second half. Line out to Ireland between the 10 and the 22 inside their own half. So there's still about 31 minutes to go in this second half, Henry. Dan Sheehan now with the throw into this line-out. Goes to the back to Peter O'Mahony, and Josh van der Vlier off the back. Throws a little dummy, goes himself up to the 10-meter line. Now Gibson Park goes to the box kick over the top. The chase coming from Mac Hansen now. Pressure put on the All Blacks, but they do get it back now as Jordie Barrett gets out to Bowden Barrett. From just outside their own 22, the All Blacks now. Yeah, back on the inside to Brodie Retallick, up over the 10-meter line inside the All Blacks half. Now it's Aaron Smith back to Jordie Barrett again. Tries to cut through a couple of defenders and does really well up to the halfway line. Now Aaron Smith back to Bowden Barrett, goes to the kick downfield and straight into the hands of James Lowe now. James Lowe with the kick downfield for Ireland. Straight into the hands of Bowden Barrett again from just outside his own 22. Goes for another kick and finds James Lowe again. Now James Lowe goes with the kick downfield again as well into the hands of Jordie Barrett from just outside his own 22. Jordie Barrett goes with another kick downfield and straight back into the hands of Hugo Keenan this time. Hugo Keenan with another kick downfield for Ireland, straight into the hands of Bowden Barrett this time round. Or Jordie Barrett, sorry. He puts it on a boot again for the All Blacks. Looking for a bit of space in behind. James Lowe again with that ball now from inside his own 22. Goes to the kick downfield and gonna find touch roundabout on the halfway line. So after plenty of kicking in that passage of play, it is now a line out to roundabout on the halfway line, and Ireland might be in trouble here as they might go upstairs to have a look here at a tackle from Andrew Porter on Brodie Retallick, very similar to the one that got a red card to the All Blacks prop forward last week. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one is going to play out. 22 points to 10 at the moment. The All Blacks still trailing, so they are going to go upstairs here and have a look at that tackle from Andrew Porter. This could be bad news for Ireland. The All Blacks had to play with 14 men last week, up until the point where they played with 13 men on the field. So it might be a very similar position now for Ireland, as they're going to go upstairs and have a look at that tackle. Gully says All Blacks sure do kick a lot. And Sharkbread says, no, it's not soccer. And then Gully says, deja vu. So is there any mitigation here as to, with that tackle? Let's just have a look here. No, that should be a red card. Has head contact occurred? Yes. Is there foul play? One could say yes. Was the degree of danger? Yes, there was. Brodie Retallick stayed down. Is there any mitigation? Not really. He stepped and he should have probably went in lower as Andrew Porter. So, well, it's going to be only a yellow card this time round, says Wayne Barnes. So, yellow card then to Ireland. And they can consider themselves very lucky, because last week the All Blacks did get a red card. So Brodie Retallick has left the field here for a head assessment test as well. Peter Lowry says Ireland kicked far too much in the Six Nations, even against 12-man Italy. They strangely persisted. And then Cully says fans don't like that yellow cards. And then KB says if that is a card to Ireland, then that is all the All Blacks need to win. So it's only a yellow card and a penalty to the All Blacks then, where they find touch roundabout on the 22-meter line. So another chance now for the All Blacks to attack. Peter Lowry says the ball made it past ring race, so hopefully that's different today. Right, here comes the throw in, and it's taken by Sam Whitelock from the 22-meter line now. Cody Taylor now waiting for it at the back here. Can I get this going? Johannes Payne says the Springboks is a soccer team. So Cody Taylor off the back now from the 22-meter line. He sets it up about 5 meters inside now. Artie Sevilla now. Artie Sevilla brought down quickly inside the 22 now. Aaron Smith, Akira Ioane. Great breakaway out from Akira Ioane. And he's going to go all the way, breaking through 2 defenders and gets the try for the All Blacks. The All Blacks gets another one. And now it's game on in this one. 22 points to 15 with the conversion to come. 22-15 with the conversion to come. Akira Ioane sparks the magic for the All Blacks there. And suddenly the All Blacks are right back in this game. 22 points to 15 with the conversion to come. And it's all on here. Poor defense from Ireland on that occasion. Beating 4 defenders to the try line was Akira Ioane there as he burst his way through the middle there from the ruck. Some great work from Akira Ioane, and the All Blacks are right back in this one. So Geordie now with the conversion to come. And that one goes over. So 22 points to 17 it is. And Ireland's still going to play for another 8 minutes with 14 men on the field. 22 points to 17. And the All Blacks right back in this game. Much better from them in the second half, but still too much kicking going on at the moment. 22 points to 17 it is. Reality always wins, says good All Blacks, let's go. And then KB also says, yeah, there we go. And then Sharkbrain says one more try and New Zealand will be in front. Gully says All Blacks are back all of a sudden. Did not see this coming so quickly. So with about 27 minutes to go in this second half, Ireland leading by 5 points now, 22 to 17. That kickoff taken by the All Blacks just outside the 22 as Aaron Smith now keeps control of that ball. At the back of this ruck now, about 10 meters from the right-hand touchline, goes for the box kick over the top again. Chase coming from Cody Taylor and Will Jordan, and he's managed to win it back for the All Blacks now. Cody Taylor to Sam Whitelock, but Sam Whitelock knocks the ball on the 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory. So it's going to be a scrum down to Ireland. Well, what a passage of play in that opening 13 minutes of the second half by the All Blacks to get 2 tries back and right back in this game. Still 7 minutes to go on that yellow card for Ireland. But it's been a game of 2 halves. Ireland dominating the first, and now the All Blacks doing really well in the opening 13 or 14 minutes of the second half. Right, Kane Healy also on the field now for Ireland as he's makes his 118th appearance for Ireland today. Sharkbrain says Sam Whitelock should have stayed at home today. So Ireland's got some great caps there. Brian O'Driscoll leading that clock with 133 caps and probably retired a year too early. Johannes Payne says South African number 9 is Springbok striker. The rest all goalies defend. Reality always wins. Says bring back the respect. Southern Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere now disrespects us. So it will be a scrum down to Ireland roundabout on the 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory. About 20 meters out from the left-hand touchline. Yeah, Gibson Park now with the feet gets it out now. Here comes James Lowe, straightening the line, beats the first line of defense, nearly up to between the 10 and the 22. Gibson Park, back to Bundiaki. Bundiaki 5 meters out from the 22-meter line in the middle of the field here. Penalty advantage coming for Ireland. Ireland gets it down back to Robbie Henshaw. He's given a pass out to Kalen Doris. Now quick hand Sexton. Ego Keenan should have made the pass. They brought down between the 10 and the 22-meter line now. And that ball spills out. We are going to go back for the penalty to Ireland. Runabout in the middle of the field here. And a chance for Ireland to extend that lead now to 8 points. Angelique asked who's going to take it. Well, I did say the All Blacks can always come back. And it's going to be really interesting to see if Ireland will self-destruct or will the All Blacks push back a little bit? Gully says James Lowe has been impressive so far, which he has been. He's been brilliant, along with Budiaki and then also Caleb Norris and Josh van der Fleer, along with Gibson Park. It's been really good for this Ireland side at the moment. So I'm guessing that they're having a shot at goal right in front here. So they can increase their lead now back to 8 points if this one goes over, which shouldn't be a problem at all. So 25 points to 17. It should be after this kick from Sexton, with still 24 minutes to go and still about 5 minutes left on the yellow card for Ireland as well. Good penalty kick coming up from Johnny Sexton to make it 25 points to 17 to Ireland. Still got 24 minutes to play. 5 minutes on that yellow card. Johnny Sexton taking his time, running down that yellow card of Ireland to the very last second of this kick. Straight in front, and he's going to slot it through. So 25 points to 17. It is Ireland leading the All Blacks now with an 8-point advantage after leading at halftime by 22 points to 3. And the All Blacks have come back in this last 15 minutes or so to really put some pressure on this Ireland side. 25 points to 17. Here comes the restart now from the All Blacks, taken beautifully by James Ryan between the 10 and the 22 meter line inside Irish territory. Gibson Park now waiting for it to come out. Still 8-point lead here for Ireland. Gibson Park with a kick over the top, and a chase coming from James Lowe again now, putting pressure on Geordie Barrett, but Barrett takes it beautifully. He's brought down between the 10 and the halfway line inside All Blacks territory now. It's taken up by the All Blacks to run about the halfway line. Now Aaron Smith again. Aaron Smith loses that ball backwards, comes back to Akira Ioane. Akira Ioane up to the halfway line in the middle of the field now. Aaron Smith, it's going to be a penalty against the All Blacks, holding on there. And it is going to be another penalty to the Irish side, right in the middle of the field on the halfway line. And I'm guessing that this is a kickable one for Johnny Sexton. So let's see what they decide to do with this one, as Ireland will probably have another shot at goal here. Let's just see what they decide to do. Yeah, so Johnny Sexton will have a shot at goal. There's still about 3 minutes left on the yellow card here, and some really great work done by Peter O'Mahony. I think it's Tyke Byrne who won that penalty on the ground for them. Sharkbrain says the captain has lost its potency, and then Cully says, I just hope that the Springboks don't make the same mistakes All Blacks have done with Lowe on Tyrone Green. Absolutely agree with you there, Cully. It would be such a pity if they do. So 25 points to 17. A penalty from the halfway line in the middle of the field here for Johnny Sexton. Can he get this with about 22 minutes to go in this game? Sexton now lining this one up. Still about 2 minutes left on that yellow card for Ireland. He's had 5 attempts today, 4 successful, with only missing that first kick of the game. So here he comes, lining this one up, is Johnny Sexton now. 21 and a half minutes to go in this second half. Ireland 25, the All Blacks 17. Here comes the kick from Sexton. And it's going to hit the upright here and back off. And the All Blacks under pressure now. But they're going to get it out with Will Jordan. With a kick downfield from him. It's going to bounce one time into the hands of Hugo Keenan now. Hugo Keenan between the 10 and the 22 meter line. Inside All Blacks territory. Here they come. Dan Sheehan. Dan Sheehan sets it up. Quick ball, Gibson Park now comes back to Peter O'Mahony. The pass out to Sexton to Robbie Henshaw. Lose a bit of ground here. Is Ireland all the way to the 10 meter line of the All Blacks. Now Gibson Park again. Dan Sheehan tries to step past Sam Kane. Not successful. Gibson Park now back. It comes to Sexton. Goes high up into the air. Here comes the chase from James Lowe again. And Hugo Keenan. Pressure on the All Blacks. Geordie Barrett takes it just right on the 22 meter line. Now Adi Sevilla back on his attack. It's Will Jordan into space. He could go all the way here up to the 10-meter line. He's backing himself with pace up to the 22. He's still going. He's going to get there. Try to the All Blacks. And the All Blacks are right back again in this one. That's how dangerous this All Black side can be. And another try, this time to Will Jordan. Makes it 25-22 with the conversion to come. What a breakout from the All Blacks there. And it's the inside pass from Adi Sevilla to Will Jordan running in at pace and backed himself against Johnny Sexton there for the run. And what a try from Will Jordan. Gets the try for the All Blacks with the conversion to come. 25-22, and it could be a single point in this game when Ireland returns to 14 men. What pace by Will Jordan, hands down, respect, says Cully. And reality always wins this try. All Blacks, well done. So 25-22, conversion to come. And 20 minutes to play in this one. It's going to come down to this last 20 of this one for the series decider between these two sides. Jordie Barrett now with a conversion attempt here. Let's hope this one doesn't end in a draw. 25-22 with this conversion to come for Jordie Barrett. He's had 3 out of 4 himself tonight, so good kicking from him all around. Let's see what happens with this one. It's not. It's going to curl in, so it goes. No, it's not curled in. So it stayed to the right of the post. So 25-22 is the scoreboard at the moment, as Ireland is going to ring in the changes now, as they're bringing on a couple more replacements. We'll just find out who it is exactly. But I think Rob Herring, Finley Beelam all on the field now, along maybe with Kieran Treadwell as well. So a lot of changes here. That one looked like it just curled in, and but it went to the right according to the touch judges. So 25-22 it is. The restart from Ireland, and they're back to 15 men as well. Let that be knocked on by the All Blacks from the kickoff. No, says the referee. Sam Kane takes it up to the 10-meter line. Dane Cole's also on the field for the All Blacks along with Richie Mo'unga. Richie Mo'unga puts the kick in behind, but the referee is going to call him back for a knock on. So the ball was knocked on by the All Blacks from that kickoff. So roundabout in the middle of the field between the 10 and the 22 inside All Blacks territory. It will be a scrum down to Ireland, who are now back to 15 men. We've got 17 and a half minutes to go. 25 points to 22 at the moment. Ireland leading the All Blacks in this test series decider. Sharkbrain says gaps will open now for the All Blacks, and Cully says game not over yet, will go down to the wire. And then KB says, I like it. Southern Hemisphere must restore their position in World Rugby like the past years. And also Sharkbrain says the All Blacks are rising from the ashes. So much better from the All Blacks in the second half. And Ireland somewhat self-destructing at the moment. Gibson Park off the back gets it out to Higo Keener now. Higo Keener, beautiful pass to Buniaki, who stopped 5 meters out from the try line. Is there enough support? No, there isn't. But penalty against the All Blacks there for coming in from the side. And 5 meters out from the try line, Ireland now with a golden opportunity to set up another driving ball. But what a pass to Buniaki, who nearly went all the way for the try line there. This game is far from over yet. Ireland not backing down at the moment. And that's how you're going to beat the All Blacks today. The moment you're going to go into defensive mode, you're going to lose this one. But Ireland showing that they are going to attack at full flight here. What a pass to Buniaki. Flat out, straight running from him up to the 5 meter line. Then Adi Sevilla coming in from the side and giving away the penalty. So what will they do with this one is Ireland. Do they go for the 3 points? No, they're not. They're going to go for the corner here. Gully says Irish breaking All Blacks defense like it's no, there's, well, out of nowhere really. So here comes Rob Herring now with a throw in. Dalton Papali also on the field for the All Blacks now in the place of Sam Kane. 25-22, 16 minutes to go in this test decider. Rob Herring from 5 meters out from the try line. Can Ireland get another try? It is taken by James Ryan, sets up the driving ball here. It's one of the areas Ireland has been really good, starting to move forward now. And Rob Herring may be off the back too early, but he gets the try. It's try to Ireland. Try time to them, and it's 30 points to 22. Ireland gets another one from a driving ball, and it looked like Rob Herring was off the back too early, but his leg drive was brilliant, and he got the try for them. So 30 points to 22 with a conversion to come, and Ireland are showing that they won't back down. 30 to 22, and a try to Rob Herring. Are they going to go upstairs to have a look at something here? No, that's going to be perfect. So try scored by Rob Herring, and it's 30 points to 22. Ireland leading this one with a conversion to come. Absolutely amazing stuff from Ireland, and this is what it's going to take to win a series in New Zealand. Johnny Sexton now with the conversion attempt. Again from the left-hand corner of the field. It's been one of the areas where he's kicked really well so far in this game today. We've got about 14 minutes to go in this second half. It's 32 Ireland, 22 to the All Blacks. Conversion coming up from Johnny Sexton. Can he get this one? An important kick here for him to extend that lead to 11 points. Up to 10 points, sorry. 30 to 22 at the moment. The conversion will get it up to 10 points. That kick has been beautifully struck again by Sexton as he gets it 32 points to 22 at the moment. And the All Blacks will have to come back again. Do they have it left in them to come back one more time in this game? 32 to 22 it is at the moment with about 14 minutes to go. The restart taken by Bundiyaki just outside inside the 22 of Ireland as Gibson Park now waits for it. He is going to clear this one out to James Lowe. Onto the boot he goes. And he's going to find touch roundabout on the halfway line here. So throwing coming in for the All Blacks now on the halfway line. Reality always wins. There's still time for the All Blacks to win. And then Dominique Bosman says, yes, Ireland. Sharkbrain says, yes. Now that's finally game over for the All Blacks. Still 13 minutes to go. 10 points the difference here between the two sides. As Dane Coles throws that one in, taken by Sam Whitelock. Now Sevilla off the back. Gets it over Fakatawa. Out it comes to Papali'i. Just up over the halfway line in the middle of the field. Fakatawa again out to Nipo Lalala. Lalala sets it about 5 meters inside Ireland's half. Fakatawa again out to Will Jordan. He's caught behind the advantage line. All Blacks driven back in the fence to all the way to the halfway line again. Now Fakatawa back to Lalala. Out to Mohanga. Then Billy Bowden Barrett caught behind the advantage line all the way back to the All Blacks 10 meter line. Ireland trying to rush over that ruck here, but the All Blacks have won it back. Now Fakatawa back to Mohanga, who puts it on the boot. Looking for a bit of space in behind, not going to find it. And Higo Keenan makes the mark inside the 22. Now gets the pass out to James Lowe, who's going to put it on the boot straight down the middle of the field here into the hands of Richie Mohanga again. Now it's Bowden Barrett goes with a high kick up into the air. Will Jordan chasing after it. But Gibson Park has knocked it on now. Fakatawa from the Irish 10 meter line. Can they do something here as the All Blacks? No, says the referee. We're going to come back for that knock on from Gibson Park first. So it will be a scrum down to the All Blacks on the 10 meter line of Irish territory. 1, 2, 3, MS says All Blacks are going to win. And then Greg Spank says the last couple of years with closer video scrutiny, the All Blacks offside plays and play off the ball are now been penalized and they can't get away with it anymore. And I tend to agree with you on that one. It's a great summary of what they have been doing in the last couple of years. And they're not getting away with it. Gordon says, come on, the Irish, to be sure. More than a few jars to drink tonight in Green Isle. And then Kali says, come on, ladies and gents, push that like button for the Guru. And then Neville says, holy heck, what a second half. So with around 11 and a half minutes to go, the All Blacks now will scrum down on the 10-meter line of Ireland. Can Ireland hold out, or will the All Blacks have one last say in this one? If the All Blacks get a try now within the next 2 minutes, I'm thinking they're going to win this one. But if Ireland can stop them, they could just pull off a first ever Test Series win in New Zealand. Keith Hulls on the field for Bundiyaki now, as well as I can see Roger Tuivasa-Sheck also warming up for the All Blacks. Dominic says, where are you, Guru? So I'm having technical difficulties this weekend with my screen. So we are going back to the old class commentary this weekend, Dominic. Right, so the fed in by Fakatao of the back. Artie Sevilla now. Artie Sevilla beats the first defender, gets it out to Will Jordan. Will Jordan up over the 22-meter line, now about 5 meters out from the try line. He's brought down. Now Fakatao again gets it out to Tupavai. Tupavai 4 meters out from the try line here for the All Blacks. Penalty advantage coming, I think it is, as they set it up about 5 meters out now. Artie Sevilla with his hands on the ball gets it out to Fakatawa. Fakatawa throws it on dummy. Nobody's falling for it. All Blacks going backwards now. It's taken by Richie Mohanga. It seems like there's no advantage here for the All Blacks, so it's just play on. No, they are going to come back for the penalty, it looks like. So a penalty to the All Blacks, 5 meters out from the try line, right under the posts here. So decision time now for the All Blacks. Dino Play says go Ireland. So let's see what they decide here. So Ireland's players have stayed down, so they're just receiving some attention here. So Artie Sevilla with a great breakout, got the pass out to Will Jordan, who had some great pace there and nearly went over for the try himself. Let's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck on the field now for the All Blacks as well with 10 minutes to go. Reality always wins. Says I'm really feeling goosebumps between the mighty Springboks and Wales because of this game. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So a debut here for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck for the All Blacks today. Former rugby league player now running out for the All Blacks today. Tight Furlong and Andrew Porter now leaving the field as well for Ireland. So job well done by these two prop forwards. The All Blacks are going to go for a scrum right under the sticks here, 5 meters out from the try line. The All Blacks could possibly get a try from here. This is where they're very dangerous. 10 minutes to go. Right, so the scrum well from the All Blacks, picked up off the back by Sevilla under pressure. Now Fakatawa pushed back in the tackle. They've lost ground again as the All Blacks about 10 meters out now. Kira Ioane, pick up and go from him, still in the middle of the field, 10 meters out. Now it's Artie Sevilla again, but it's a penalty to Ireland here. And not sure what that is about, but they win the penalty there. There might have been some pushing or holding back. Yeah, so holding back from Sam Whitelock there. Gets the penalty against the All Blacks, and that's a big mistake from Sam Cane there. In fact, it was deemed to be a neck roll from Sam Whitelock on Tight Burn there. So a penalty to Ireland then, and a chance to get out. I think this is it. I think the All Blacks have blown it from here with 9 minutes to go. Sharkbrain says, why don't they go for a line out and a rolling maul? So, yeah, it is kind of weird that they didn't go for it. They probably backed their scrum there and got under pressure and got pushed back. Conor Murray also coming onto the field for Gibson Park now, as Ireland looking to close down this game. Peter Lowry says, Sufton, stand up for the Irish men. And then Cully says, Irish defence have been holding firm when needed to. So Carlton Agafi also looking to come onto the field for the All Blacks now. But Sexton will kick this one away. And he's going to find touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line inside their own half. Jacques Brent says Sam Whitelock might as well just play for Ireland. I felt that way about Eben Etzebeth last week, Shark Brain. because he gave away 2 penalties in 2 movements that basically cost us the game there. So the throw in from Ireland, not straight, and Rob Herring will be kicking himself for that one. With about 8 minutes to play in this game, the All Blacks with one last sniff here to try and win this game. If they can get a quick try now, they could be setting up for a winning try at the death here. Line out throw from Rob Herring, not good there, and it's going to be a scrum down to the All Blacks. So both teams have missed one line out straight, not thrown in straight today. So this one being the first from the replacement hooker of Ireland, Rob Herring. Scrum down to the All Blacks between the 10 and the 22 of Ireland as Fakatawa will now put this one in. Fakatawa picked up off the back by Hardy Sevilla, making good ground, gets the pass back inside to Fakatawa now. 5 meters out from the 22-meter line. Wet ball needed now for the All Blacks as Sam Whitelock sets it up to just outside the 22 now. Fakatawa against Sevilla on a loop around Richie Mo'unga, gets the pass out to Beauden Barrett now. Beauden Barrett up over the 22-meter line, about 10 meters out, right on the left-hand side of the field. Now Dane Coles gets it out, Richie Mo'unga. Now David Avili out to Will Jordan. Will Jordan straightening things up about 10 meters out. Brilliant defense from Ireland, and they might as well just turn this one over. Yes, they have. 10 meters from their own try line. Ireland has taken this ball away from the All Blacks. Conor Murray, back it comes to James Lowe, who puts it on the boot, and he's going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Irish half. Between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Brilliant work from Tide Byrne again, and definitely my man of the match for this game. What a turnover on the ground there from Ireland. And it's moments like this that's going to win them this series. 6.5 minutes to go. Dane Coles now with the line-out throw in here for the All Blacks. Goes to it, finds Sam Whitelock now. Dalton Papali'i off the back, gets it out to Will Jordan. Now it's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck straightening the line just between the 22 and 10-meter line. Dane Coles now runs it up to about 5 meters outside of the 22-meter line. Fakatawa now. Back it comes to Tupo Vai. He's pushed back in the tackle by Ireland. Brilliant defense. Now Fakatawa, Sam Whitelock again. Pushed back in the tackle by Rob Herring. Now Fakatawa, David Avili out to Dalton Papali'i. The All Blacks are going nowhere slowly. Fakatawa, David Avili. Avili now straightens it up again just outside the 22 again. Fakatawa again now. Pushed back in the tackle with Lolala again. Now Fakatawa again, 8 phases. Beauden Barrett throws a little dummy, tries to go himself. Brought down again just outside the 22. Richie Mo'unga. Now the pass out to Geordie Barrett, out to Akira Ioane. Akira Ioane's left drive is good. It's about 7 meters out from the try line now. Here they come again. It's Hardy Sevilla. Push back in a tackle. Again, brilliant defense from Ireland. Fakatawa. Mo'unga. Mo'unga looks for the little half gap. Can't find it. Still about 10 meters out now. Beauden Barrett. Flat pass to Will Jordan. Push back, but offside, I think it is from Ireland here. Fakatawa still waiting for this ball to come out. Now gets it out to Lolala again. Still the All Blacks come about 10 meters out. Fakatawa back on the inside to Will Jordan. And he's knocked it on. So we're coming back for the penalty to the All Blacks again. Great defense, quickly taken by the All Blacks. Now Hardy Sevilla, 7 meters out from the try line, right in the middle of the field now for the All Blacks. 5 minutes to go. Great counter ruck here from Ireland. And they might have even won that ball again on the ground. Have they done it? Yes, they have. And Ireland has turned this over yet again. And they deserve to win this Test series today. They get it back now to Johnny Sexton on the boot. And he's going to kick it out round about 5 meters outside of the 22 here. 4.5 minutes to go. 4.5 minutes to go. And what a clean out from Tide Byrne yet again. Winning that ball on the ground. And he's done it a couple of times today. Sharkbrain says New Zealand were defeated before the game even started. And the Springboks need a good showing against Wales because Irish and France are now on the ups with the All Blacks looking ordinary since Foster took over, says Kali. 4 minutes to go in this one. It's a 10 points difference between the two sides. And if the All Blacks can't score within the next movement, then this game is all over. 32-22 as Tyburn leaves the field as well now. And what a game. Man of the match, surely. He has been replaced by Kieran Treadwell now. And it looks like Johnny Sexton also leaving the field for Joey Carberry. Dane Coles now with the throw in to the front to Adi Sevilla. Fakatawa under pressure by Kieran Treadwell. Pushed back as the All Blacks to between the 10 and the 22 meter line. Inside Irish territory now. Geordie Barrett out to Tupou Vai. Tupou Vai brought down by Josh van der Fleer. Now Fakatawa. Oh, it's intercepted by Ireland here. Brought down on the 10 meter line inside their own half. Now Robbie Henshaw with the kick downfield. Nobody at the back here for the All Blacks. But looks like Beauden Barrett has dropped back inside the 22. Now gets it out to Geordie Barrett. Geordie Barrett brought down by Treadwell inside the 22 now, right in the middle of the field. Fakatawa to Beauden Barrett with a little chip kick over the top, chasing down his own kick and nearly getting it. But it's Ego Keenan who gets it. He's going to run it up to the 22 meter line for Ireland now. It's Conor Murray out to James Lowe, puts in a little grubber kick. The chase coming from himself. And that ball is going to run over the try line, and it's Richie Mo'unga brought down over his own try line. But it should be a goal line dropout here to the All Blacks. Wow, great stuff from Ireland. With 3 minutes to go, this game should be all done and dusted now. They've run the All Blacks down, showing that they're not going to play a defensive game here. The restart now from the All Blacks taken by Hugo Keenan. He's going to run it up to the 22 meter line, right in the middle of the field. Now Conor Murray. Back it comes to James Ryan. Ryan up to the 22 meter line. Conor Murray again. Now comes Josh van der Fleer. Josh van der Fleer brought down. Now Conor Murray again from the 22 meter line. Joey Carberry gets it out to the big prop forwards now. Conor Murray again. Back it comes now. Here's the charge from Kieran Treadwell again. Push back in the tackle. Now it's taken by Carberry. Gets it out to Josh van der Fleer. Gets the pass out to Conor Murray just up over the 22 meter line. Now 5 meters inside the 22 of Ireland. Here they come again. Josh van der Fleer. Joey Carberry gets the pass out to James Ryan. Still about 15 meters out from the All Blacks try line. Here's Ireland now. Conor Murray waiting for it. 2 minutes left in this game. Here they come again now. It's Finley Beelum who takes it up now. Again, it's Carberry out to Kalen Doris. Still just inside the 22 of the All Blacks. Conor Murray. Conor Murray gets it out. Carberry, long cut out pass to Keith Earls. Keith Earls steps back inside. He's making space here. Up to 5 meters out from the try line. Now Conor Murray again. Gets it out to Josh van der Fleer. 5 meters out from the try line is Ireland now. Conor Murray waiting for it. And it's going to be a penalty to the All Blacks now. As and some back chirping from Conor Murray. So next to 10 meters as the All Blacks can now tap and go here. Dane Coles gets it out to Tupou Vai. Tupou Vai is going to try and set this one up. Just up over the 22 meter line they go. Now Fakatawa again back to Will Jordan. Back to Beauden Barrett from inside the 22. Geordie Barrett. Oh, Kira Ioane has knocked that ball on. And it should be a scrum down to Ireland. 5 meters inside the 22 of the All Blacks. With less than a minute to go. Ireland is going to make history here today, winning the All Blacks in this third and final test as well. 32-22 with less than a minute to go in this game. What a comeback from Ireland after looking down and dusted after that first test. They're going to make history here today. Marcel says Ireland, and then Sharkbread says this game is over. Cully says congrats to Irish for making history 2 weeks in a row. And Neville says, phew, those Irish are good. And Greg says Ireland causing chaos. So with less than a minute to go, it's going to be a scrum down to Ireland. And yeah, you can see just from the touchline how much it means for the players that's standing there. And how much it's going to mean for Johnny Sexton as well. Will this be the end of Ian Foster? Surely it must be. Gordon McIntyre says, well done. Great for World Rugby. Come on, Ireland. And then Timothy says, crying time again. So scrum down to Ireland inside the 22 of New Zealand. About 5 meters from the run and touchline. There's about 20 seconds to go, and we're going to have a restart scrum again. So just playing down the clock is Ireland at the moment. But history will be made here today. Dino Play says Ireland, and worst part is it is in New Zealand, says reality always wins, and that's the truth. Peter O'Mahony, you can see, is crying on the touchline. It shows just how much it means to these guys to have finally been able to do this. KB87 says, well done, Ireland. So there's still 20 seconds to go, but they're all celebrating on the sideline already. And just basically wanting to play down the clock now is Ireland here. So one last scrum here from Ireland. Conor Murray to feed this one in. And just waiting off the back here is Conor Murray now. 5 seconds left in this one. Robbie Henshaw back on the inside to McHanson. McHanson sets it up inside the 22-meter line. And will they get this one back as Ireland? Conor Murray waiting for it. Slowly but surely. They just need to get this one out. Comes back to Carberry, who's going to put it into touch. And history has been made as Ireland win their first ever Test series in New Zealand by 32 points to 22. And well done to Ireland. I didn't think that they could pull it off. I thought New Zealand should do it. But after a brilliant start by the Irish in that first half, managing to just play the All Blacks off their feet from the get-go, as Ireland gets the win by 32 points to 22 and makes history in New Zealand as they win this Test series. And a lot of questions will be asked about this All Black side. Is Ian Foster the right guy to lead them to the World Cup? Will they make that drastic change and sack him after this? The All Blacks could go down to 6 on the world rankings after this loss. So, yeah, it's massive. It's going to have consequences, this Test series defeat to Ireland, but well done to them. I'm going to leave you guys at that as we're going to get ready for the Australia-England game in a little bit. So, again, well done to Ireland for winning this Test series. But until next time, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. Cheers for now.